Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Life becomes what you create. Silence builds a stronger state. You observe, release, let go of what you can't control, you know. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands. A life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Strong in silence, clear in mind. Every loss a gift you'll find. Step by step, your power grows. The market speaks, the trader knows. Today's your day, the crown is yours. Open wide the trading doors. Every chart becomes your stage. Write your story, turn the page. Turn the emotions into gold. Legends crafted, brave and bold. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command.
La care stau cu ea...
Nu, care stau și definește condițiile cea. Dacă e gen, nu știu, ATR-ul pe 12 și este overflow-ul, e ea.
You chose a path, the higher lane where satisfaction breaks the chain. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands. A life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Life becomes what you create. Silence builds a stronger state. You observe, release, let go of what you can't control, you know. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands. A life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command.
Nu, haide, interesant.
Strong in silence, clear in mind. Every loss a gift you'll find. Step by step, your power grows. The market speaks, the trader knows. Today's your day, the crown is yours. Open wide the trading doors. Every chart becomes your stage. Write your story, turn the page. Turn emotions into gold. Legends crafted, brave and bold. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command.
Păi nu, să fac una și pentru undeva.
L-am eu.
A, da?
L-am și pentru undeva și pentru.
Today's the day, you know it's true. The moment of power belongs to you. You chose a path, the higher lane where satisfaction breaks the chain. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands. A life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Life becomes what you create. Silence builds a stronger state. You observe, release, let go of what you can't control, you know. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands. A life you shape the way you plan. Today's Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Strong in silence, clear in mind. Every loss a gift you'll find. Step by step your power grows. The market speaks, the trader knows. Today's your day, the crown is yours. Open wide, the trading doors. Every chart becomes your stage. Write your story, turn the page. Turn emotions into gold. Legends crafted, brave and bold. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command.
Am făcut calcul exact ca lor. A coincis. Am făcut rețelul.
Today's the day, you know it's true. The moment of power belongs to you. You chose a path, a higher lane where satisfaction breaks the chain. When you open the
7.30 cu 9, și atunci am făcut 8.30 pe practicare.
The world's beneath your steady hands. A life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Life becomes what you create. Silence builds a stronger state. You observe, at least let go of what you can't control, you know. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands. A life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Strong in silence, clear in mind. Every loss a gift you'll find. Step by step your power grows. The market speaks, the trader knows. Today's your day, the crown is yours. Open wide the trading doors. Every chart becomes your stage. Write your story, turn the page. Turn emotions into gold. Legends crafted, brave and bold. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command.
Hey!
Ei, lasă-te.
Today's the day, you know it's true. The moment of power belongs to you. You chose a path, a higher lane where satisfaction breaks the chain. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands. A life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Life becomes what you create. Silence builds a stronger state. You observe, at least let go of what you can't control, you know. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands. A life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Strong in silence, clear in mind. Every loss a gift you'll find. Step by step your power grows. The market speaks, the trader knows. Today's your day, the crown is yours. Open wide the trading doors. Every chart becomes your stage. Write your story, turn the page. Turn emotions into gold. Legends crafted, brave and bold. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command.
Oh my god, a ajuns în ceva. A ajuns în ceva. A ajuns în unicornul ăla. Nu a ajuns în unicornul.
Într-un bisic aici.
Da, nu. Nu,
Today's the day, you know it's true. The moment of power belongs to you. You chose a path, a higher lane where satisfaction breaks the chain. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands, a life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Life becomes what you create. Silence builds a stronger state. You observe, release, let go of what you can't control, you know. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands, a life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Strong in silence, clear in mind. Every loss a gift you'll find. Step by step, your power grows. The market speaks, the trader knows. Today's your day, the crown is yours. Open wide the trading doors. Every chart becomes your stage. Write your story, turn the page. Turn emotions into gold. Legends crafted, brave and bold. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Today's the day, you know it's true. The moment of power belongs to you. You chose a path, a higher lane where satisfaction breaks the chain. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands, a life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Life becomes what you create. Silence builds a stronger state. You observe, release, let go of what you can't control, you know. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands, a life you...
Hey guys, good morning. Hold on, I don't know why my camera isn't working. Here I am. Can you guys hear me well? I need to clean up my charts here because it's a big mess. Big mess. Okay, I think I'm done. Okay, let's see where we stand. So on the daily chart, we reached into this inversion fair value gap October 14th. It was a bank holiday here in Romania. Saint Paris, Kiev. Okay. And if we're looking at the 1 hour, whilst inside that daily inversion, the pink shaded area, we also created this SMT divergence. However, honestly, the rejection that I see currently on silver, which is the one that created a higher high, is not really that convincing. And we also do have an SMT divergence here at the lows, where we have gold urging, sweeping, whatever you want to call it, the equal lows here at London low, London kill zone low, and silver is very far away from there. But like I said, yeah, not really a big rejection on either of the two directions. I want to check out something here. My preference is to see gold go all the way up into this daily unicorn. That's what I'd like to see, which is around 41.80. The upper limit is 41.99, 4,200. We're talking about the bullish fair value gap on October 15, which you guys can see it was respected, price went higher, and then it went right through it, overlapping this bearish FVG, this one over here. And we also do have nice buy side liquidity above here, 41.60. That's what I'd like to see it do. But from what I'd like to see it do to what it might do, it could actually be a big difference. But honestly, I am happy to see price inside this 1 hour FVG. And if we move down to the 5 minute, we did take out relatively equal lows here on the 5 minute. So I would be more inclined to look for long setups. A lot more inclined to look for long setups. But I would like to see some sort of a bullish FVG here, which it's not happening yet. Do you guys hear me well? Okay, yeah. No first presented FVG for now. My price didn't create any fair value gap. Okay, so now if you can get the 920 bearish FVG on the 5-minute to become our bullish unicorn, that would be good. Oops. So we haven't really had a relevant bullish FVG on gold that can actually validate this SMT divergence that occurs here. So because gold is the one creating a lower low, that's the pair we want to see creating a BISI, an imbalance, to reject from that low. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that despite we are in this bearish inversion FVG on the daily chart, we just got close to it with yesterday's candle, which was extremely volatile bullish. And I don't think that we are going to respect this bearish inversion. So any attempt that the market might be doing to continue to go lower is just like, how far can it sweep liquidity? How far can it go down to convince market participants, like sellers, to continue adding to their positions so the smart money can actually buy their shorting positions? Not sure we're going to get a lot of movement for today, though, because according to my FX book, it's a Veterans Day today. That's a pretty important bank holiday in the US, is it not? Yeah, Sean also saying banks are closed in the US today. It's really weird though, because even though it says that it's a bank holiday, we do have a red folder news. I mean, we did have a red folder news at 8:15. I guess it's not one of those types of red folder news that actually has a lot of impact on how the markets are going to move. But still. Wow, I think this is the flattest the flattest 9:30 to 10 a.m. I've ever seen. Honestly. At least this month, like. $130 to $330 by this morning. This is lively by comparison. $130 to $330. Yeah, I can see what you're saying, Ian. Definitely. Yeah. This portion here. Okay, let's see here what we get. Still haven't seen anything, guys, that's worth being taken, traded. But I do like the way silver is holding on to this area here as opposed to gold, which it seems to be wanting to go lower, but Wow, this thing's really melting. Really melting, you guys. Literally was not expecting it to do this, honestly. So the possible long area was just a possible long area. Okay. Yeah, and it seems silver is really reaching for that London low and also possibly these relatively equal lows here, where on gold, oh my God. Yeah, this thing's really melting. I really haven't seen an entry that I could have taken. Not a single one.
visions of the clouds above, the sound of rain along the pond. The grass that grows beneath my feet, I close my eyes, the hum of bees. I plucked the flower, violet green, lily of the valley on my knees. All the things I left behind, save this little place in my mind. I don't wanna lose you. It's too soon. I don't wanna lose you. It's too soon. Dandelions, rustling leaves, just like in my childhood dreams. You're as delicate as a leaf, you don't know what you mean to me. I don't wanna lose you. It's too soon. I don't wanna lose you. It's too soon.
Yeah, I just noticed the sound was gone. Sorry, guys. Oh my god. I was saying that I'm watching the bearish FVG here at 1021. And I was also saying for those who are looking at this SMT divergence that you shouldn't let yourself fooled by that, because we did create a bullish SMT divergence that occurred at the 50% range, at the 50% level of the range that we created from Monday 12 minute open to today's high. So we have the weekly range, the current week's range, from down here, Monday 12 midnight open, all the way up to 11 p.m. yesterday, which is a current weekly range. And we did make a corrective move down so far, all the way down to 50%, which is, I'm sorry, which is just this level here that you see here. Looking at the 5 minute, I do see this inverted fair value gap here, but it just didn't really create any BISI here on the 5 minute that could have confirmed to me that I can confidently say, okay, price is now has had enough of a melt, you know. Maybe we're gonna get to create this one. We'll see. For now, it's the 5 minute candle's not closed yet, so there's no actual FVG there. And we did reach inside that 1021 bearish FVG, which is like you know, an area where I'd be interested to go short if I'd still be looking for lower prices. But from a higher time frame perspective, like apart from reaching yesterday's New York low, just here around 40.74, and honestly all that area, all this area down here, that's going to be like a high resistance liquidity run. We'll see. And the 5 minute BC, is that forming? Not yet. One more minute until this 5 minute candle closes. I'd like to see it reclaim that 5-minute bearish invert, like that 5-minute bearish FVG that it inverted a little earlier, which is this area here I'm marking. I guess this is going to be one of those days when I'm just tape reading and that's it. Jordan asking, what's the overall swing high and low bias? What do you mean, bullish or bearish? Well, if we were to look at the 30 minutes, because I don't have certain indicators showing on the 1-hour chart, we can see here that from a day-to-day basis, daily lows are being respected and we are breaking daily highs. So that in itself should be a confirmation that an indication that price is currently bullish. However, that doesn't mean that if the market is bullish, we're not getting any bearish retracements. That's the main thing that should be kept in the back of your head. I'm in a bullish market, but it doesn't mean price will not retrace. And the size of those retracements can depend on a lot of factors, whether we're looking at volatile bears or not, whether we're looking at days of the week when it's likely for us to see volatility. Like, for example, this week we're going to have CPI on Thursday, then we're going to have PPI on a Friday. Technically speaking, this week in itself, it's not a good idea to trade before CPI, right? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it wouldn't really be a good idea to actively look for trades unless you just want to sort of like tape read or take really low risk setups. When I say low risk setups, I'm talking about, taking setups if your trading strategy, meets, or if price action meets the criteria of your trading rules, but just make sure that you're risking very small amounts of money. Yeah, probably Thursday, it's going to be a whole different day. Thursday, I'm mainly talking after CPI, and also Friday. Most likely, we're going to see clearer price action. And when I say clearer price action, I'm talking about basically just seeing price, creating setups, and also, giving us an opportunity to ride them. Like, make a proper pullback so that it can actually give an entry. Not like, not like it sort of like did here, where, yeah, maybe you guys might say, well, Alex, price in here just after 9:30 open, it did retrace to this 5-minute bearish FVG here. And there was also this 5-minute, like 3 a.m. inversion, bearish inversion, which that was basically a unicorn, right? However, that, like, I did mark it, as you can see, but it's, if I don't have a bearish FVG on the 1 minute as a consequence of price rejecting from that 5-minute FVG, which did not really have that in here. I'm not really interested in it. And then I could have looked to go short inside this bearish FVG, which was basically a SIBI that formed after we got that rejection from the 5-minute SIBI. So we got price rises up into the 5-minute bearish FVG, it rejects, then makes a 50% pullback, and then it creates a 959 bearish FVG. But I do have some things that I usually do my best to respect, especially I'm going to respect those things if I do observe them, if I do notice them. And one of those things is I don't really like to open trades like 1 or 2 minutes before the candle, the 1 hour candle closes, or 1 or 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, I don't know, right after a new 1 hour candle opened. So in here, I was like 959 created this bearish FVG, and then 1001 and 1002 went inside that FVG, and then it rejected. So it's just 1 to 2, 3 minutes after a 1 hour candle closed and a new 1 hour candle opened. So I would have needed like a little more detail about, or a little more information, based on my trading criteria. Also, like I said, from the beginning of this live stream, I had in mind a bullish price action. So I wouldn't just, say, well, yeah, I'm going to go short if I don't really have like a higher time frame idea based on which I want to go short. And seeing price just, tap that low here, I was actually hoping for a bullish setup to form. It did not, so it just didn't make sense for me to look for shorts since price wasn't making like any sense for me in here. Okay, it just didn't make any sense. So yeah. The most important aspect of trading is that price action has to make sense for you guys. Okay, if it doesn't make sense for you and you're just trading based off of someone else's trading criteria, but without actually understanding what you're doing and why you're doing it, you're not really doing yourself a favor, a service, and you really should, that's not a good thing to do. So for me right now, it would make a lot of sense for me to go short as a consequence of price, retracing all the way up inside this then 21 bearish FVG and right now rejecting off of that. However, that sort of like contradicts, or it sort of like comes in a contradiction with the fact that we did create this 5-minute bullish inversion, and right now it seems to be rejecting off of it, seems to be respecting, and there is like a reasoning behind price potentially wanting to retrace higher, because like I said, we did reached into the 50% level of the range that we created from the beginning of the week, So even though we did have this rejection here, I would still like to wait for some sort of SMT divergence to occur, and then for that to be confirmed by a possible rejection that would take place on silver and also on gold, obviously. And like the biggest confirmation that I could get would be to reclaim this 5-minute bearish FVG. That means I would like to see a 5-minute candle to close back under that FVG. preferably creating a new bearish FVG around here and then just do that, which is unlikely that we're going to see it do that, you know. And I'm saying it's unlikely we're going to see it do that just by looking at it currently. Like, the situation can change, right? From one candle to the other, from 1 minute to the other. But currently, looking at the 5 minute, all I can see is, well, price reached 50% of this week's range. It created a bullish inversion. It seems to be rejecting off of it. And right now it seems to be creating a bearish FVG here on the 5 minutes. So then that again contradicts the idea of me wanting to look for additional short setups. Unless, like I said, unless I would see this 5 minute bearish FVG being reclaimed. Yeah, indeed, Eunice. Patience is the greatest challenge. I'll show you guys what happened to me yesterday, about patience, because we're, let's just chit chat about patience. So yesterday here during the New York kill zone, noticed silver sweeping this low here at, what was that, 4:15 a.m. Okay, and then it started creating bullish inversion here, and then it also started like going up like crazy, which really showed me that that was a liquidity sweep, and right now we're likely headed for that high, that swing high over here. Now on gold, the range from this low here on silver all the way to that high, we're talking like time-wise, we're talking about this low here all the way to that high in here. So you can see that gold did not actually sweep that low, but it actually swept these relatively equal lows here, and then it started moving higher. Now, the moment I saw price creating this bullish inversion, I said to myself, okay, we're likely going to see price start to move higher and gravitate towards that high over here. That's exactly what happened. And I was waiting for a bullish FVG to form, and it did create this bullish FVG here at 10 a.m., right on the 5 minutes. Then I did have price retracing there and then giving me my entry candle. Obviously, I took a long here. My long looked like this, and my stop loss was under the bearish breaker, sorry, under the bullish breaker. So my stop loss was right this, just a few pips under that bullish breaker, which was this 920 candle. And I was hoping to get it run at least all the way up till here, which would have given me plus minus like almost like a little over 1.5% risk to reward ratio. Like the mistake that I did in here was for switching my bias just because I got taken out. So you can see here price came down, took me out, and it didn't take me out like it didn't just take me out. It actually, that 10 a.m. bullish FVG that it created, that was my entry fair value gap, it actually inversed that. You can see it closed under it in here, and it also overlapped it with the bearish FVG here at 10:30. And then it went inside that, and the rejection from that bearish FVG was the move that actually took price down and took me out, hitting my stop loss. The moment I saw this, I actually, sorry, wait, what did I do? Oh my God, what happened? You guys, what the heck just happened? Okay, let me remove this because I don't know what happened. So my entry was like this. My stop loss was like this. So the moment my stop loss was hit, I said, okay, we might not be heading higher. However, my setup didn't really get invalidated, because it would have gotten invalidated only if price would have went under this low. To me, that was the low that was protected. Why? Because that's the swing low that was created. Like, that's the ignition point on that bullish leg that created the 10 a.m. bullish FVG, which was my confirmation that price has taken enough of a sell side liquidity from here. And right now it's likely ready to go higher, right? So my mistake was the fact that I switched my bias without my trade idea to be invalidated. And what I'm trying to point out in here is the fact that if you take a long entry, like, or any entry, right? Long, short, doesn't really matter. It's because your trading rules got respected, or at least that's the way it should be, right? My trading rules in here got respected, and my bias was confirmed. Okay, long, right? Now, where is my invalidation level? My invalidation level goes all the way down here. Now, not all the time it's going to be a smart thing to put your stop loss under the invalidation level. Yes, it's true that it would be a lot more, how should I say? It would be a lot more safe, secure to put the stop loss under the invalidation level, because, well, if price will invalidate your trade idea altogether, then it's going to only do it if it moves under that low. So that's when your trade idea is invalidated, like your bias idea, okay? That you can decide, and this is exactly what I did, you can decide at any point that price doesn't necessarily, that you don't necessarily have to consider that as your be-all end-all stop loss level. If there are other price levels in between the low that it's a protected low for you and the highest high that price created after you entered the trade and then it started moving against you, right? If amongst or in between those price levels, there are other PD arrays that you see it, that, a lot of times there's a big probability that price might not actually want to move under those price levels. Like I had in here, the decision to put my stop loss under the bullish breaker here, 920. I could have also put my stop loss under the 1015 candle, which was my entry candle. So my entry could have also looked like this, okay? But I just felt like it was extremely tight stop loss, especially because price had not retested the bullish inversion that it created in here, the 930 bearish FVG on the 5-minute, that it then inversed right here. So it didn't actually, retest that when I went inside the trade. So I thought, okay, I'm going to leave this trade room for a little more playground, like so that in case it would want to retest that bearish FVG that, which was basically bullish inversion, I can actually allow it room to do that. And that really nicely coincided with the low of my bullish breaker in here. So that's why I've sort of like mixed these two PD arrays. So the bullish breaker, the 920 candle, and then the inversion here at 930. I sort of like, mixed those, and I came up with the decision to have my stop loss right slightly under that candle's low in here. Obviously, my setup got taken out, as you can see. However, it doesn't mean that my trade idea got invalidated, okay? My bias had not been invalidated. So that's basically the mistake that I did for actually just, sort of like impulsively switching my bias just because I've noticed price taking me out, hit my stop loss, but without actually paying attention to the fact that my bias idea, which was long, hadn't been invalidated because price did not take out this low over here, this one. And then not only that I've actually got taken out here, which, it's not like I'm okay with having stop loss. However, in this particular situation, it seems that it sort of like triggered me, and that I actually just switched my bias, because then once my stop loss got hit, I waited for a little pullback, and then I went short in here. And obviously you can imagine that I was taken out, and price did go eventually to the area I was actually targeting. Now, because I did the mistake of going short here after I got stopped out on my long, I then got so pissed that I just did not see this other opportunity that had been created, right? Which was, if I would have allowed myself to just not go into revenge mode, to just not go into, oh my God, the market is actually falling and I'm gonna miss out on the opportunity for the price to reach lower just because it took me out, but without actually invalidating my overall bias idea, which was long. So because my judgment was clouded by this, I actually did not see that, after it took me out and then it then started to reject, went back inside the range of the bullish breaker. It went back inside the range and above the range of the bullish inversion, the 930 inversion FVG. And then it also broke above this high, which now confirms this move to the downside as a liquidity sweep or a pullback. And also it created this bullish FVG in here, right? And then if we are taking a fib, putting it from the low here that, failed to create a lower low, and then all the way up to that high that went above this high here, turning this whole move to the downside into a fake move to the downside, right? And then revalidating the buy idea, we can see that it just went right into 50% inside that bullish FVG, which was reclaiming this initial bullish FVG that was my entry FVG, and then it actually went up. And in this situation, I could have had a trade that would have been a lot better than my initial one. in terms of risk to reward ratio, because in this case, my entry could have looked like this. Okay, so on the initial trade, I would have had a 1 to 6. On this trade, I would have had a 2R. Okay. And obviously, like, you can see what it did after that. Like, no need for me to, yeah. Anyway. So I guess it's, you know, really important to be patient and to be aware of your invalidation levels, to be aware of the fact that even if your stop loss got hit, you should also pay attention to whether your trade idea, like in terms of bias overall, was invalidated or not, because, you know, that's more important, because you can always have a re-entry if your bias is reconfirmed, like it was in my case. Okay, so I guess that's about it, you guys. We did create, look at this BISI here, nice one. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's about it for today. Just a regular tape reading day in which nothing went the way I expected it to go. But that's fine. That's fine. I hope you learned something today, especially from this last, trade breakdown that I took yesterday. So today, no trades. Yesterday had 2 losses, even though I did not live stream. But yeah, had 2 losses, totally deserved. I mean, the first one wasn't deserved, because the first loss that I took yesterday, which was this one over here, that was actually a legit trade. I did everything good. What I did not do good was the fact that I considered my stop loss being hit as a, invalidation of my overall bias, which it wasn't the case. And I switched my bias going short. I think I went short around this area here, sort of like that. And my stop loss was above this candle's high. And I was now aiming for this low over here to be hit. And obviously that one also took me out. And then when the actual setup happened, I was not in front of my chart anymore because I was so pissed. And then this morning when I came to the charts and I saw this, I was like, ugh, yeah. Anyway, I'm telling you guys all of these things because, this is the harsh and not harsh, but this is the reality of trading. And, I really feel that if there's something that you guys can learn from my mistakes, then why not say, yeah, I did a mistake. Here's what I did. Here's what I shouldn't have done. Here's what I shouldn't have done. And you guys have to be aware so that you might not, repeat the same mistake that I did. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you learned something, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.